everybody, it's Brittany and today I am doing these. So these are the Huda Beauty Minis. So I have I have 4 of them. I have them in Coral, Mauve, Gemstone, and Electric. And today I'm just going to go through and do some quick swatches of them for you, give you my thoughts on the color selections and just a general idea of them. The first one that I am going to do is the Coral Obsessions. It looks like this, and the inside of the palette looks like this. I picked these up at Sephora. I ordered a couple of them, and I picked up a couple in store. These retail for about $27. Inside them you get 9 pans. I feel like these are really super convenient because they're compact. For comparison, this is the Too Faced Love Flush Blush, and this is in the shade Funfetti. And this is the Huda Beauty palette. As you can see, they're small, which isn't a bad thing in my opinion. I'm going to swatch these really quick. I'm going to do them off camera, just do regular swatches. I'm not going to go through and do brush swatches and show you what they look like. Alright, so these are obviously in the same order that I always do them in. And these are what the 9 swatches look like. I only did one one finger swatch. I didn't go in and do doubles. I didn't go back and forth. Just your, yeah, just like that. This is what they all look like. And honestly, I like this palette because a lot of these colors I don't own, but I don't really keep really warm tone shadows. I'm more of the colorful type, so to have an entire palette dedicated to oranges isn't really my thing. But yes. This one, if you can see here, I'll do a little bit closer. This one is more of a foiled shadow, and then you have this one right here that is more of a reddish coral, and then you move on to an orange, brick, more of a neutral. These two are more neutral nudes, but one is cooler, one is warmer, yellow, orange, and then these two are almost the same, except this one again has more of a foil texture like this. Alright, my overall opinion of the Coral Obsessions is that it's a good palette. I like it. Like I said, I don't really have a lot of these warm orange colors, so to have an entire palette dedicated to it it's okay with me because it's smaller. It wasn't too expensive. The texture of them are really nice. They went on very smoothly. I did have a little bit of patchiness on some of them, but again, these are finger swatches, not brush swatches, and I haven't used this one on my eye yet, but from the other ones that I have used, these blend beautifully. So I have no doubt that these ones will also blend beautifully. The next palette that I have here is the Mauve Obsessions one, and I have dipped into this one a little bit. I do like these foil shades right here. They're very pretty, and they're pink. I like pink. But it looks like this. This is the swatches for the Mauve Obsessions. This one right here is more of a shimmer. This one right here I would say is more of a foil. And this one, in the pan it looks more foiled, but for some reason when you swatch it, here, I will try and swatch it again. Okay. Alright, I just must not have had enough on my finger the first time. So this one is actually this one, but it is also foiled as well. And as you can see with this shade here, which is the last shade in the pan, it is very patchy in my opinion, but at the same time, like I said, I have used this palette before, and these do blend nicely. I've never had any issues blending them out. So to me, it looks patchy, but again, this is finger swatches, not brush swatches. This one too also appears to be patchy, but that is also this one. So take that into consideration. My final thoughts on the Mauve Obsession palette is that I really do like it, but I am a pink person, especially these foiled shimmery ones. This color right here, which is this one right here, is really great to go into the crease. It is more of a cool tone shade, and I really do like it because cool tones obvious, or well, I don't know if it's obvious, but they look better on me because I have more of a cool toned complexion. I find if you put this on the outer part of my crease and then I deepen it up with this one, that these two complement each other really nicely. And then if I wanted to move more into the red shades, I would start moving on with this one and then work my way to this one and then put one of these, more likely these two, over top of it. The next one that I have is the Gemstone Obsessions, and this one is pretty much just all shimmer and or foiled shades. It looks like this, and I feel like this does have a wide variety of colors in it. We have pinks, we have green, or I should just show you. So we have these pinks here. We have a green, some red, and then orange, purple, and blue. I also feel like with these shades here, you could use them to lighten up these. All right, So we have a little bit of a hiccup. This one is the shade here, which is this one, this burnt, kind of, well, not burnt, it's more of like a brick red. Do you see? Now I feel like this is more of a foil shade. A lot of these, looking at them, have that texture to them. Can you see? Maybe if there. Can you see the texture that all of them have, except for that one at the end? It does have the texture as well. It's just hard for you to see. Which can be upsetting to some, but I guess if you were to put a glue down, probably work. I haven't had an issue using my finger and applying them and having it flake off of my eye. So that to me is not an issue with this palette, but I can see how it could potentially be an issue for some. So you might want to consider getting a glitter glue to kind of make your base more tacky and to make these colors stick better. I don't know if you can see. It's not really picking up on camera, so you're not going to see the green, but to me it does shift to green. Now if you look really close, can you see how these shades are like sticking to like every crack in my skin? Now this might be an issue for some, especially people like me who have hooded eyes, more hooded eyes, and you have the issue of not creasing. Well, creasing, yes, because you will get it in the crease, but also I find that a lot of the times I get, with some shades, it'll like get stuck in the wrinkles of my eyelid. So that is something to keep into consideration. I personally haven't had it with these, but I've only used this palette a couple of times. Intermission! Have to get these specks off before they stain. Sorry, I had to get the swatches off my arm. I was finding that it was flaking all over my desk. So, I didn't want my desk, because it's white, to get stained. So, that's why I decided to wipe them off. But, with that being said, like I stated before, a lot of these shadows are flaky. They look a little textured. They do have the potential to show like creases and or lines in your eyelids. I didn't have that issue. It could have been that I used a lighter hand. It could have been that it was the base that I had down on my eyelid to begin with. I'm not sure. I did not have that issue on my actual eyelid though, that I had on my arm. I actually really do like this palette. I find that this is a very complimentary palette. This is one that I find, like with my my ColourPop ones, I use a lot of those Super Shock shadows to put on the inner corner to add glitter and pizzazz to my eye look. And I find that these are similar to that. This would be a palette that if I traveled, I would put this in my stuff and use this as the accent and be able to put in a different palette. I don't know. I would be able to pack this along with any palette, especially, well, with me, it'd have to be an extensive palette, and have all of the shimmery shades that I could potentially need. The last Huda Beauty palette, the mini palette that I have, is the Electric Obsessions, which, I mean, did you guys doubt that I have this? It's the colorful one. Of course I have this. This one is, in case you haven't guessed, by far my favorite palette. This one has bright colors. It does have a few shimmer shades in here, but these are mostly all matte shades. They're bright, they're beautiful, and I really like them. I feel like I could come up with quite a few looks. I like this trio right here. This one's really nice. And this one, no. But like adding these two and then maybe this on the inner corner or this one, I think that, I mean, I like this palette. It's very inspiring to me. It's very beautiful. The color story makes absolutely no sense in the actual palette itself, but hey, I still like it. It's aesthetically pleasing to me. I look at it and I think happy thoughts. As you can see by this last swatch here, that we do have a little bit of skipping and patchiness. I have used the shadow in the outer corner, and I do find that this one is a little bit more difficult to get the color to show up. I had to pack on quite a bit for this to actually do what I wanted it to do, which was just to darken the outer corner of my eye. I did an eye look using this one, these two on the outer corner, and then I used these two and then on the inner corner, and then I went over it with a white just because I wanted it even lighter. But I did find that these are beautiful. They're vibrant. I like them a lot. Now, the only one that I had an issue with was this one. Now, I haven't used all of these shades. The point is that I do like these. I find that this one is, out of all of them, a little bit difficult to use, but it's not to a point where I'm like, I'm giving up on the shadow, I'm going to grab another palette. It's just, you have to work with it a little bit more for the pigment to show up as deep as this. So it's good if you are building, but I wasn't trying to build, I was trying to add depth. So it wasn't working for me. It was making me angry when I had to keep going back in. But I do really like this palette. I mean, can you blame me? It is beautiful. So if you like colors and you want a mini palette, I would recommend this one. This one is very nice. It is only $27 and you get 9 shades. So you can't go wrong. That was all of my Huda Beauty 9-pan mini palettes. Out of all of them, I would have to say that my favorite one is the Electric palette, but I mean, it's colorful. Is that surprising? I don't think so. Then would have to be the Gemstone because, again, colorful, and then Coral, and then Mauve, in those orders. Do I think any of them are bad? No, I don't think any of them are bad at all. Like I said about the Electric palette, some of them you have to work with a little bit more. I haven't used all of them, so I can't really go into depth about what each shadow, how it performs. I do need to play with them a little bit more, but I'm not upset with my purchase. I'm glad that I've gotten them all. And yeah, if you are looking for, and if you were looking at any of these palettes or you were looking for something for travel, especially travel, if you're looking for something for travel, these are very firm. I mean, they're magnetic, they'll stay closed. I feel like this packaging, while it is cardboard, is very hard. They're small, they're compact. I like them. If you were going to use them for travel, and let's say you were going somewhere where you thought you needed only one, I would pick one of those. Not me, I'd pick like 7 palettes to go with me because that's how I am. I plan for everything. But yes, that is how I feel. Those are, well, I should say, that is the swatches of the Huda Beauty Minis. Those are my thoughts, my opinions, my experiences with the palettes individually. So after this, you can make your own conclusion based on whatever. Go into a Sephora, touch them all, then pick. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Oh, by the way, my arm is purple. Some of them stain. I don't know which one. I have swatched, what, 4 palettes? So I don't know which one or what combination has turned my arm purple, but some of them have stained. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you come back for more. I love you all, you beautiful unicorns. Bye.